welcome back to Drax Hall in the parish of St. Anne as we prepare for another wonderful encounter between Mount Pleasant and Arnett Gardens here at Drax Hall in the Garden Parish. And it's pretty cool conditions here. Just to tell you that there is a bit of a cloud cover, but we hope that the rains actually stay away. And the teams are getting ready, and they are now making their way out to the middle. It is expected to be an intense affair, a battle royale. Mount Pleasant, the home team, against Arnett Gardens, a team very much on fire, unbeaten in their last 11 matches. Arnett Gardens, while Mount Pleasant, they have pretty much slipped in the last few games that they've played, and they're hoping to rebound in front of their home crowd. We'll get more into it as we now pause for the playing of the national anthem. What a match. What a match. First against third. Arnett Gardens leading the Jamaica Premier League table on 42 points. Mount Pleasant in third spot on 38 points. It's been a while since they have seen victory, Mount Pleasant. And they do have a lot of work to do against this Arnett Gardens team. O'Shane Nation is the man in charge here. He'll be assisted by O.J. Dewaney and Ricardo McKenzie. Damien Coombs is the fourth official. Fabian Reid on the left, the captain of Arnett Gardens. And on the right, Ladale Ritchie, the leader of Mount Pleasant. Let's take a look at the starting lineup for Mount Pleasant. Shaquan Davis makes his first start this Jamaica Premier League season as he goes between the six. They have a back four of Donovan Sigree, Ladale Ritchie, Melvin Doxley, and O'Dane Murray. In the middle of the park, Alwyn Harvey, Demario Phillips, Ricardo Morris, Sunday McCullough, and Kimoni Bailey behind their striker, Trevante Stewart. 14 goals to his name so far this season.
Well, Stewart will be looking at him here because he's yet to score in his last 3 games. Haven't scored in his last 3 games, menu, but he's certainly at this venue. 11 of his 14 goals have come here, so yeah, expecting him to do things.
Well, that's a little bit of a mistake as far as the Arnett Gardens starting line, so I'll just tell you what I have on paper. Richardo White is in goal, Philando Wing, Earl Simpson, Joel Cunningham, and Shanoy Evans, the back four. Jamar Purcell, Romeo Guthrie, and Ajuma Johnson in the middle of the park, and up front, Shea Smith, Fabian Reid, and Kimani Arboy. That's the starting lineup for the Arnett Gardens Football Club.
Would you expect them to play their customer 4-3-3? And the man that is running down the leading goal scorers in terms of Stewart and Anderson is Reid here for Arnett Gardens. They're number 13. He's on 13 goals. And Donald, you're right, it doesn't get much bigger than this.
It does not. First against third, and it's first with the possession here. Long ball over the top looking for Shea Smith, and there's a hand in the face there. And he's going to need some attention of Dane Murray, it seems.
Yeah, we expect this one to be high pace, full of intensity and quality as well.
Don't expect it to be physical.
You don't expect it to be physical?
No. Okay, maybe a little bit.
Yeah.
But
I expect there's a lot on the line here. I mean, this is the weekend where you call it like the Super Six. I mean, all top six teams are playing each other.
Mm-hmm.
This is probably the pick of the bunch in terms of the ranking places.
Yeah.
This is first and third.
Yep.
Today, later, I think Waterhouse plays Arborview. And that's another big game. That's 6 against 4th. And then tomorrow we have Cavalier against Humberlion. That's 5th against 2nd. So yeah, it's probably a Super 6 weekend.
Yep, on this holiday weekend. There is a threat of rain here. The good thing is that we don't see the sun and the conditions are cooler now. But we kind of don't really want the rain to appear. Kimoni Bailey going on a run and intercepted by Kimani Arboin.
You're right about that though, Donald. You don't want the rains to come here. The cool conditions are welcome, but the rain, this field doesn't hold up so well when it rains, and you certainly want to see some high pace, high quality performances from these players today.
Fabian Reed with the touch out wide to Shea Smith. Not the best ball inside to Smith, but he was fouled trying to retrieve. And another player is down over on the far side from Mount Pleasant. He's going to get some attention. And yep, it's Demario Phillips who's down.
So this is Mount Pleasant's 3rd game in 7 days. They would have played Montego Bay on Monday. Then they played Portmore in their rescheduled game Thursday, and they're back here. So a game every 2 days. So it's left to see. And we spoke off camera to the goalkeeper, Coach Barrett, who says he's pleased with the performance they saw in the second half against Mobay, and also the entirety of the game against Portmore, though it ended 0-0 and 2-2. So a lot of the players they're sticking with. Richie starting today, didn't start against Montego Bay, came on when Topi I think got injured.
And there is Theodore Tapper Whitmore.
Yeah, says he's not under any pressure, but for a club, the form table have them on par with Chapelton in terms of their current run.
Mm-hmm.
Just 3 points from a possible 15.
They'd want to change that quickly.
Yeah,
and they're hoping that he's good to go, Demario Phillips. They need him, I think.
Narrowly missed out on a yellow card, second yellow or red card in his last game. Little melee ensued against Montego Bay, but he survived what we thought he wouldn't have. So hopefully he survived this injury and is able to get back out.
Purcell touches it out wide. Good take by Arboin, but there's a whistle on the... Well, there's no whistle on the play, in fact. Play continues. I must have heard something else. Ricardo Morris from Mount Pleasant was being harassed all the time. It's taken quickly. And the rain has arrived.
Yeah, we hope it is short, but also not heavy light.
Stewart playing it inside the area. Nobody there in blue. Backline of Ladale Ritchie and Melvin Doxley, of course. Doxley coming from Cavalier Sports Club, making his way across to Mount Pleasant. The usual combination of Shaquille Dye and Jamoy Topi, of course, the centre back bearing for Mount Pleasant, not here this evening.
Yeah, Topi on the bench. But these two teams, they've gone at each other about 10 times so far. The last 5 meetings between them sees Mount Pleasant with 3 wins, Arnett Gardens with 1, And that was this season, a 3-2 win at home and one drawn game. Only once we have had in the last 10 meetings between these two teams a scoreless game. That was back in 2018, a long time ago.
Wonderful ball to Kimoni Bailey, and he was trying to just place a dangerous ball inside the area. It would have been dangerous had his teammates been advancing, but they were pretty stationary outside the area. Now it goes the other way. Wing making a run. Gets the ball now from Smith. Wing.
Trying to close out with that. Starts the 10 meetings between these two teams. 4 wins for Mount Pleasant, 3 for Arnett Gardens, and 3 of them have ended in deadlock.
So pretty close.
Pretty close.
Yellow card is coming out early and is shown to Philander Wing. O'Shea Nation, pretty much no nonsense, has that reputation too. And Wing goes into his book pretty early in the piece. And now he has to be walking on eggshells for the remainder of the game.
As a defender, maybe he will be targeted in his left back position.
Free kick. McCullough to Bailey. McCullough. Ritchie. Goes back to Kimoni Bailey. What can they do from this position? Mount Pleasant. Oh, Phillips couldn't quite gather, but he'll get it now. Ball played inside. Headed away. It's Bailey! It's wide of the mark. First shot fired.
Yeah, coming from Mount Pleasant as expected at home here. This is their last home game, so for the preliminary round, so for sure they'd want to really put in a good performance, and their form also warranting that they do put in a good performance to get back to winning ways. It really has been dismal for them. As I said, just 3 points from possible 15. And their form coming into this game would be a draw, lose, draw, and a draw, as they did against Portmore and Montego Bay, those 2 drawn games.
Murray back to Doxley. This is a club which gained promotion for the first time to the Premier League via the playoffs in 2018, and they have had high hopes as well as lofty ambitions since that time. They think that they should win the Premier League, and people looking on, their supporters looking on, with all the resources that they do have, they expect the same. Rejigged the majority of the squad for this season. Brought in a former national coach in Theodore Whitmore. They expect silverware.
They certainly do, and the form now is not suggesting that, but he says no pressure. And I suspect it's about winning, because they've been at the top many a season and they've not gone on to win it. So not that by design that they want to be slipping down or being a bad form, no.
This one is held by Richard White.
And he's confident, so he's not moving. And he held it in the position he initially had it, no shifting of it, just to suggest it's not over the line. Wow, that second, I'd love to see that again, because that second, that replay suggested it might have just gone over and he just dragged it back. If we get a chance to see it again, I think White in goal there might just have gotten away with one. Smothered it pretty early. Not quite sure, but it did look like it was over. Here we look again, Donald. Have a look here.
I don't think all the ball crossed the line.
Came off his knee.
Yeah, but I don't think all the
ball behind the line. But yeah, it's spherical, and they say, but you know, that one was calling for goal line technology. We're not quite here yet.
Not quite.
But with my naked eyes here, I'd suggest it did just go over.
All the ball?
Yeah, I'm thinking that his knee didn't come forward that much to suggest it was behind when the ball hit the knee. And there was a good distance between his knee on the line, which is more than the...
Well, I can tell you that he's not sure.
The diameter of the ball. Well, he's not sure.
Yeah, I don't think he's sure.
But his final hold of it is... I don't know. I'm not quite sure he even realized it came off his knee. But when he came to between his palms, he held on to it and he held that position for a while to suggest this is where it's at. But that replay suggesting it was somewhere before it got there.
Reed with it. Trying to put Juma Johnson into the play. Oh, that wasn't clear properly. It's a chance for Trevante Stewart, who drives it wide. It's a big opportunity for their number one striker, looking to add to his 14 goals this season, Trevante Stewart. But he dragged that one wide of the mark.
And despite leading the competition, tied with 14 goals, you feel, yeah, it came down and he just hurried, not the composure that you would associate with him with his 14 goals scored so far. But yeah, totally needed a lot more composure to settle himself to hit that one. But Tiga wouldn't be liking that.
Nope. Former national striker.
Yeah,
looking on as his team was just broken there at the back.
Then I think of the top 6 teams, they, Arnett, I think, have the worst defensive record, conceding 20 goals.
McCullough with the clearance.
So maybe that's somewhere that, despite them doing so well on it, is an area that Coach Davis will want to improve on, that defensive side.
McCullough goes long. Looking for Ricardo Morris, who's battling with Earl Simpson, who does enough. Taken short. Morris, delightful ball, was looking for Ladale Ritchie, but Richardo White held on.
Yeah, he's going to have to also try to deal with the conditions here.
Yeah,
wet conditions, and so I'm not going to be surprised to see Mount Pleasant looking to try and test him a lot. But both teams should try and get more strikes on goal in these type of conditions.
Yeah, the ball would be slippery, and it would feel heavier as well.
Yeah, because it's not a heavy downpour, it makes it just a slippery surface as well. Greasy.
Will make for a spectacle, I think.
Yeah,
because the ground was really hard.
Yeah,
when we went out there before the start of the first game.
So I don't think the downpour or the drizzle, no.
Well, here's Johnson trying to sneak by Ritchie.
It's going to be enough to soften it. It's just going to make it a bit slippery.
Bailey in the path of Trevante Stewart. Challenge coming in. I think it last came off Stewart, you know. Or maybe not. Simpson with the final touch.
No goals in his last 3 games. Maybe no matter how good we are as players and the strikers, they feed on goals. goes, the longer they go without scoring, then, you know, it just eats away a little bit at the confidence. He certainly will want to get back to goal scoring ways quickly.
Third corner kick for Mount Pleasant. Demario Phillips to take it. Here is the ball inside. Wasn't the best, and that wasn't the best from Purcell, and the shot way over the bar.
A sequence of low quality plays. The corner, the clearance, the shot.
Former Anigans player is Donovan Sigree. Scored his first goal of the season last week against Montego Bay United. He has 3 goals in the JPL, and 2 have come against Montego Bay United.
Wow.
And that's in his career, I should say.
So you don't expect him to score today? That's what you're saying, Donald?
No, I'm just stating some stats and facts, that's all.
And the goal he scored against Mobay last Monday took a wicked deflection. And probably without the deflection, probably wouldn't have scored. But he'll tell you every shot you don't kick is a chance you miss.
Reed, crowded out by Duxell every time he gets the ball. Reed touches it out wide to Wing. Wing took too long.
Yeah, probably needed to dink it into Reed much earlier. And had he failed, he would have been behind the ball. When he turned and gave it away, he was ahead of it.
Purcell finding Johnson now. Oh, Johnson through the middle looking for Shea Smith. This is Kimoni Bailey. Has Shanoy Evans for company, the St. Lucian. Bailey gets the return. Bailey plays it inside. Stewart has a little bit of space to work with. Back towards goal though, and then he lost it. Purcell was in the right place at the right time. This is Arboine now. Purcell. Challenged by McCullough. Referee deemed it illegal. Guthrie. Reed does well to skip by a challenge. Smith touches it inside to Guthrie. Guthrie sends it out wide. Arboine.
I think too much on that one went out.
Wing couldn't keep it in.
Yeah, I think they wanted Wing to go directly to Reed. He was just one man in behind him and had a lot of space in front, so he could afford to have a heavy touch to just get himself away from the defender and turn and face him up. Wing not seeing the passes.
Nice turn. Now Reed. Purcell to Smith. Was tackled. O'Dane Murray was in the way. And I suspect that he had to be in the way because Smith was getting free. Yellow card shown to O'Dane Murray. Shaquan Davis trying to get his attention in goal so that the wall is set up in the right area. Shaquan Davis getting his first start for Mount Pleasant. I think he actually started in the Link Cup knockout game for Mount Pleasant. Well, this is a player who had eyes to being the number 1 for Mount Pleasant, as we confirmed the yellow card to Murray. And now just getting his first start, Davis. Outstanding goalkeeper. He was at the high school level for Hydel. And there's the ball inside the area, and it's Reed! Fantastic save from Shaquan Davis! Oh, he had to react really quickly there to deny Fabian Reed to be the joint top scorer in the Jamaica Premier League. What a save that was!
He needed his full frame to keep that one out, and with the slippery ball.
Ball played inside again, and he holds on tightly, Shaquan Davis.
I think he was helped by his crossbar as well. He parried it onto the bar.
Oh, what a ball out wide to Trevante Stewart, and Ricardo Morris running onto it. Can he keep his balance? The referee allowing play to go on. He felt that there was nothing much in there, but he felt that there was something in that. And another yellow card is shown, and it's shown to Sule Makala. The cards are being flashed, though, Jeremiah?
Yeah. Yeah, Reed coming close to leveling with Stewart here. Lovely header. Perfect down into the ground. Needed to react. Yeah, just couldn't get a solid grip on it, but had a strong hand to put it onto the crossbar. But Reed, I tell you, his last 12 goals have come in the last 15 games he's played, scoring at a rate of a goal every 112 and a half minutes, making it 1.25 goals per game. That's the rate he's going. With that rate, you suspect he's going to run past the two scorers that have really hit a bad patch at the moment.
Look who's the mathematician now.
I went with your 66. I didn't want it to look bad because when I checked it, it was probably half a minute or so. But for that, you give the full mark to the student because it's close enough. It's negligible.
Guthrie going wide, and I suspect quite a few players will have to change their footwear in due time. There's been seen a lot of slipping already. Purcell trying to play it along that right-hand side to Reed.
I go further, as you mentioned, Reed. Then the math, it's that with that trajectory, he's expected to score by the 67th minute in this game, and that's the rate he's going.
No, you're doing science. That's what you're doing. You're doing science now. Murray goes long, looking for Morris. Wing. Smith. That's a wonderful ball played inside. They just managed to clear it. Mount Pleasant.
I think that was Makala slipping and clearing at the same time. Quite flexible there.
It was necessary.
Yeah, I suspect you're going to see a lot of those balls being played in. Just asking defenders running back to their goals to try and deal with it. Not going to be easy in this type of condition.
Purcell. Guthrie. Smith. Segree. Phillips to Makala. To Mario Phillips. Alwyn Harvey was cut down. Free kick to Mount Pleasant, taken quickly. Yeah, the slipping could get comical.
Yeah, you're talking about maybe whether or not they'll probably have to change their footing, their footwear, because, like I said, it's not.
It's just making the surface greasy.
Yeah,
as you said. Yeah. Murray. Segree.
So I think a lot of the balls, those balls played from wide areas and shot from distance, are things that these two teams might look to employ.
Morris. Cut down by Purcell.
Yeah, that middle of Guthrie, Purcell and Juma Johnson are going to have to be on it there. When they're on it, they're difficult to pick up because there's a lot of rotation from them.
Morris. Mount Pleasant with the throw. Ball played inside. Cleared away. Reed. Oh, does well, Smith. Couldn't quite put it in the path of Reed, though. Stewart does well to get it ahead of Cunningham. Ball played inside. No issues there for Arnett Gardens. The issues may come now. Bailey. McCullough. Harvey. Murray forced to go back. Wanting to advance now. Straight to read that pass from Murray. Purcell with the move away from Phillips. Oh, that's a strong challenge. And now Richie goes into the book.
And that's probably the clearest of the lot so far. The yellow card, that is. Yeah. Didn't get any of the ball. Neither team have really, it was really a bad challenge there. Definite yellow card, and as always, players plead their cases. Can't work out how and why the referee would have given a yellow card, but the pub would have to be playing with the Sportsmax app out there for him to have another look at it and recognize that he did go through the player. But neither team, as I said, have really seized control of this game. And some 29 minutes have gone. Haven't made easy by the conditions too. Maybe they're looking at the replay on the app.
There's the owner. Oh no,
that's Wally Downs.
Wally Downs, right. Huh.
And Campbell not in it today, I wonder.
Well, he's here supporting his team nevertheless. Kimani Campbell. Probably one of the players that needed a rest and couldn't afford to play the 3 games back to back and in close proximity. There's the aforementioned Wally Downs, a former technical director at Mount Pleasant Football Academy.
Yeah, Campbell, I know he was nursing just came back from a hamstring injury, so maybe this game just come a bit too quick for him. So yeah, probably taking a rest, as you say, not pushing that hamstring so much. Did come on in the game on Monday and really was a threat with his pace and his trickery.
Arboin is trying to walk it off, jog it off, but I'm not sure if he'll be able to continue. Yeah, it was a knock on his thigh. He was in some pain. Kimani Arboin. Jaheim Thomas is on the bench, mind you. Ajuma Johnson, sorry. Not Kimani Arboin. Ajuma Johnson, the number 10. Jaheim Thomas is on the bench, but I'm not sure if the change is going to be made to replace Johnson. Anyway, let's see what happens. The rain is coming down Davey, even harder.
And he's not pleased. He's frustrated there.
Got to trying to play it through to Purcell. And there's a free kick that's been awarded to Arnett Gardens. And the call for the stretcher to come on. Johnson again is down. I'm not sure if he'll be able to continue here, Ajuma Johnson. And it's disappointment for him. I'm sure he was looking forward to this game. He did score in that 3-2 win over Mount Pleasant earlier this season, did Ajuma Johnson. But his afternoon may be cut short here, unfortunately for him. There's a stamp from Harvey on Purcell.
Yeah, so this game just need a nice rhythm, a good flow. Punctuated with stoppages just now, but the substitution made.
Yep, the boy from Parade Gardens makes his way onto the park, Jaheim Thomas. It's a free kick to Arnett Gardens right now with Wing, the player behind it. Wing dinks it inside, and Davis holds on at the second attempt and sends it out long. His distribution isn't bad, you know. Phillips wins it, forces it to Morris. Bailey is out wide. Kimani Bailey, oh, I think he probably was in two minds there.
Yeah, probably looking, thinking he should go to Stewart, and in the end was a nothing, was in between.
Taking the shot for himself and finding Stewart.
Yeah, I think he made contact when he was changing his mind, you feel. Couldn't pull it back. Probably one of the better chances here created in this encounter. The best he felt to read.
There's Arboyne trying to get Purcell involved, but Phillips got there. Bailey inside to Morris. There's another whistle on the play. Murray now for Mount Pleasant. Thomas with his first touch. Purcell goes long. Smith takes the throw quickly. Thomas. They call him national because of the hopes he has to be a part of the national setup, Jaheim Thomas.
Yeah, normally when the players that young and they have quality, yeah, that's the accolade they bestow upon them.
Morris. Bailey. So you're saying not a totally original name?
No, not at all. Not at all. But what it speaks to is that he's of good quality.
The field taking a battering from the rain, holding up so far. Fabian Reed on it. Free kick to Arnett Gardens.
Game really begging for a consistent sequence of play from either of these two teams.
Bailey almost found Morris. The interception made was critical on that occasion. Purcell looking for options, finding Guthrie. Wing again goes long. He'll try again, and that's booted into touch. There's no easing up here. Purcell again goes over the top looking for Arboine. Has McCullough for company. Gets a throw. Thomas. Arboine is offside.
Yeah, I was just drifting and not really looking across the line. More had eyes for the ball and not his position.
Supposed to do that.
Murray deciding to go long, testing, and he does well, Richard White.
Yeah, that's a good catch in this condition here. Not easy for goalkeepers, and the handling will come into question. And I'm a bit surprised that we don't see a lot more balls being played in from both teams, and asking the goalkeepers to make a decision. At the moment, it seems to be the best option for this deadlock to be broken. Probably a spill from one of the goalkeepers. Took a knock. Yeah, he took a knock when he came to claim that one. Was brave, held on to it nonetheless. And will definitely need to get some attention. Pretty much the story of this half, done with a lot of stoppages with injuries.
Yeah, not quite as exciting as what we saw in the first half in the curtain raiser between Dunby Holden and Montego Bay United, as Cunningham gets some words from his coach, Paul Teagat Davis.
Yeah, Bygrave there. Probably thinking he'll get a go at some point. Quite surprising sometimes though that Mount Pleasant they seldomly go with both Bygrave and Stewart.
Bygrave was the leading scorer in the Jamaica Premier League last season with Dunbeholden, where he copped 13 goals.
Yeah, they did throw him on the park when they were chasing the win against Mobe on Monday. And even in that game, we felt it came late in terms of pairing the two up front, especially when Stewart has not gotten a lot of service, and then when he does, he's been outnumbered by defenders. So you get an extra striker there that take at least one of the central defenders away from him, create more 1v1 situations.
To throw to Mount Pleasant.
Probably showing the effects of the contact, suggesting to the referee that there was a raking challenge on his shin. It's not the first time we've seen Purcell on the end of a firm challenge.
Reed wins it. Oh, what a ball inside the box to Kimani Arboyne. The flag is up for offside against Arboyne again. That's disappointing though.
Yeah, I initially I thought he had timed his run to perfection, but yeah, went a bit early.
Cardinal sin when you're out wide and being caught in the offside trap like that. Phillips to Bailey. Yeah, we're seeing the effects of the rainfall now with puddles in the middle of the park.
Yeah, and that's where the problem is with this field. That's exactly where you'll see the settling and also in front of the goals.
Yeah,
it's almost like it drains to the middle, which is weird.
McCullough deciding to take a shot. Here's Arboyne again. Thomas. Arboyne. That should be a corner kick.
Yeah, too heavy a touch there, and it went into the part of Harvey. Arboyne needed to kept it under control in his path.
Well, it's actually a goal kick, not a corner kick. So the last touch did come off Arboyne.
Yeah, I think Harvey just shielded that one out.
Well, what's happening here? There was a coming together.
He had a knock before, and maybe just looking to aggravate it or compound it here is the Mount Pleasant player. Let's have a look.
No.
Yeah, well, it's Stewart who pushes the player into White. No need for that.
All the way to Shaquan Davis, who's already had to make one spectacular save to deny Fabian Reed. Oh, that could be critical to slip. Tried to play it across. The Anagans players appealing for a handled ball inside the area.
I'd have to see it again, but I don't think so.
Consultation is being had. And what's happening here?
No, well, I think he's calling for the medics.
Yep.
But no, I don't think he's going to give a handball for that. I think the proximity as well, and the fact the player who'd made contact initially was sliding at the time.
Well, that slip was almost crucial.
Yeah,
you're not going to see it there.
It was Harvey who was trying to get a foot onto it.
And I think it went to Doxley as well.
Yeah, Doxley is the player that they're I think they're saying, Arnett is saying that he came off his arm.
Just 2 minutes of stoppages to be played. We've already gone through a minute. And even with the additional stoppage here, I don't think a lot more extra time is going to be played.
And this first half has blown by. They haven't had a lot to cheer about.
Not for the last few weeks. They haven't had a lot to cheer about.
For the more pleasant ones, yeah, for sure. But so far for Arnett, they cheered a little bit when Fabian Reed's effort was parried onto the crossbar by Davis.
And Richard White still getting some help.
Yeah, I think the half-time can't come fast enough. See a referee saying that the player, the hand was being taken out of the way, and I'm just saying it to the Arnett Garden physio that he didn't make his body bigger. Here we see it from this angle. Richie
from
fell.
Richie. Critical. Huh.
Well, from that angle.
Well,
The referee's saying he was moving. There you see him saying he is moving it back. But if he's suggesting he holds it out like that, then his body is definitely bigger.
Exactly.
Even what the referee's showing.
That he made himself bigger by doing that.
Yeah, he didn't make it clearer with his demonstration there.
Oh, there needs to be a change now. That's possibly the second forced change. Well, the halftime interval is upon us, as I said. No additional time to play for stoppages, despite the stoppage there at the end. And wow, it's been a dramatic game.
More Pleasant might have just gotten away with one.
Not in terms of proper footballing reasons, but drama in terms of what has unfolded and the other little intricacies that we usually see in the game. A game with intense rivalry. First against third, Richard White, I'm sure, will be assessed. He has 15 minutes to try and recover. Let's see if he'll come out for the second half. But in rainy conditions here, Mount Pleasant and Arnett Gardens, their goal is at Drax Hall.
Welcome back to Draxall here in the Garden Parish. Started out sunny today. It's now a lot of showers here, and you can see it on the field in the middle of the park there. You see the water settling. We hope that it will break for the second half as we take a look at first half highlights. It was Mount Pleasant going at it first, looking to be the aggressor. Bailey with the first shot well wide, and that chance there, close shave there for Arnett Gardens. That ball appeared initially to have gone over the line, but was smothered by White, and nothing much doing there. Mistake from Simpson there that allowed Stewart through on goal, but just didn't show the composure and blasted wide. And then the best chance of the first half, Reed with a header, downward header, and Shaquan Davis with his first start there, really a very, very good save to keep Mount Pleasant on level pegging there. And that's pretty much for the first half. Not much doing as we take a look now at the statistics for the first half. 6 shots from Mount Pleasant, just 1 on target, 3 from Arnett, 2 on target. We're looking at 13 fouls in this one. Mount Pleasant committing 8 of those to Arnett's 5. 4 yellow cards, 3 to Mount Pleasant, 1 to Arnett Gardens. No red card, 2 offsides. And I think that was for Arboyne. 3 corner kicks for all for Mount Pleasant, and 2 saves for Mount Pleasant, 1 for Arnett Gardens. And Arnett Gardens with only 45% of possession, Mount Pleasant with 55%. It's 0-0 here at Draxall in this game between Arnett Gardens and Mount Pleasant. We go to a break with highlights from our first encounter, which was Dunby Holden against Montego Bay United.
As we take a look at the full-time highlights, it really was a quality encounter in the first half, but we actually didn't see any goals in the first half, but several chances were created. Bay United, this one was part of the bar, and then this effort wide of the mark, but there was to be better quality. Ricardo Thomas with a dink inside the area. But there are a couple of bites here, including from Stephen Barnett. Couldn't quite take control. Then Courtney Allen, who came on as a late sub, did really well to collect that one, but couldn't quite convert. And then again, a lovely ball from the back from Burton, and Allen hitting that one, cracking that one, and the save made by Carlos Robinson. And then the opening goal was delightful. That was magnificent from Nicoy Christian. Look at it again. Just inside the Mobay United half, and a gorgeous swing of the left foot, and Burton off his line, couldn't get back in time, and the celebration legendary. McGregor utilizing his strength, busting his way through, got a bit of luck, then the finish was beautiful. Another wonderful goal from Dunby Holden. Yep, need a little bit of luck, but look at that finish, gorgeous as well. McGregor getting his second of the season. 2-2, and Dunby Holden with the 2-0 advantage. Then Williams had come on as a sub. And then Samuels inside, and McGregor with the header. Had tons of space to work with, did Peter McGregor, and he made no mistake. Good find from Samuels and McGregor. That's a wonderful header too. Just beautiful. Second of the game, third goal in 2 matches. All this time, Montego Bay United were trying to get the equalizer here. Johnny Clark cracking the crossbar, and Courtney Allen sending that one wide. But it was not to be for Mobay United, but it was to be for Nicoy Christian. Gorgeous goal again. That was brilliant. Oh, off the post and in. The second of the game. Choose which one you prefer. But Christian, a level above everybody else on the field of play.
I don't think the referee helped him in terms of his demonstration of what Doxley was doing.
I actually saw a flash of hand. I'm going further. I actually saw a flash of hand towards the ball. So
referee almost, when he was demonstrating, almost had a Kimbo. I mean, with the hand out, that's making the body bigger. Was calling for a ball, but because the stand is a bit scanty, there wasn't enough persons to fetch that and get it back quickly.
Booming clearance by Guthrie. Again, a long, hopeful ball. Route 1. Stewart. Now it's with Phillips. Phillips again. McCullough. No, that was a poor ball. Guthrie was in the way. And here is Kimani Arboine. Not a lot of Bonnie players up, just Fabian Reid up there for now. Ball played into Reid, just out of his reach. It was a delightful ball from Arboine. But Reid needed to have been a foot taller.
Yeah, need to be having more spring in his steps there. But yeah, lovely ball from Arboine. And yeah, I think he got up as high as he could. Yeah, no, Bobby, you're right. Just need a few inches.
Bailey got by one. Barely got by a second. Referee says play on. And they do. Morris to Trevante Stewart. Stewart! It has slipped. And the clearance eventually made by Arnett Gardens. Thompson under pressure. Had to make the save. Now Kimoni Bailey will get some attention from off the bench.
Yeah, I think it was a good advantage played by the referee, and Stewart just couldn't get the ball from under his feet. When you look at the shot further on here in this replay, yeah, just here, just was not in front of him enough. And Thompson still had difficulties collecting that. Just imagine had he gotten a full hold of that one, Stewart.
You know when a batsman gets in trouble because the ball is a little bit slower than intended on the cricket field?
Yeah.
And there's a bit of turn as well, and he didn't quite read the movement of it. Yeah, that's exactly what happened with Thompson.
So you're crediting Stewart with all being able to allow the ball to do all of that?
Yeah, It was a proper googly.
Helped by the pitch.
Yes. Usually when it's a little bit short of a length.
Yeah. Okay.
And the conditions are there for it as well, with some swing.
I suspect you played a lot of cricket, Donna.
By the way, Purcell, I watched a lot of cricket. Purcell goes into the referee's book for the quote-unquote challenge.
Yeah.
On Kimoni Bailey.
But I do know what you're saying there. I played some cricket as well.
With the cock and talk.
Yes, I played Edley Cup and I represented Trelawney in the Senior Cup. Played at Sabina Park as well against Kingston Cricket Club.
Wow.
Yeah.
You did everything.
I did everything.
You weren't just a middle distance runner.
No. I did every sports available to a boy at William. I played some football. I did track and field, and I played cricket. Yeah. I've been told by Ricardo at Sportsmax that there's a team here, a cricket team maybe, waiting for that invite.
Yeah, I've never been invited by Ricardo, which is a crying shame. Ricardo, here's another Ricardo, the better one, Morris, who is behind it. And the wall has been set up by Arnett Gardens. Demario Phillips is also there, but I suspect that the left foot of Morris is going to be utilized here. Let's see.
Yeah, I feel Morris.
No, it's Phillips. Needed a better delivery. Richard tried to keep it alive. Hopeful ball upfield. And yeah, safety first from Alwyn Harvey. He wasn't going to try anything.
No, not with a 13-goal man bearing down on him.
Yeah. Game appears to be a little bit more interesting.
Yeah, I think helped by the rain subsiding somewhat.
It's going to be a long throw to be taken by the St. Lucian, Shanoy Evans. Wasn't long enough. Purcell plays it inside the area, was looking for Fabian Reed, now Guthrie. Smith was in an outside position. And a change is going to be made. Dwight Merrick will come on for Donovan Sigree. Well, that's an attacking change.
Coach was more mindful that his Mount Pleasant team needs to get back to winning ways. So, not waiting on the customers 60 minutes for the substitution. I'll come about 3 minutes earlier. But their last win came in round 16. And that was against Tivoli Gardens. There's Mount Pleasant.
Seems as if it was an eternity ago. Mount Pleasant did well enough, but then they've given that back. Purcell decides to drive that one. It's well wide of the mark. Still to get his first goal in the Jamaica Premier League. Although, to his credit, he did score the winning penalty for Cavalier as they won the league title a couple seasons ago. And
sadly doesn't go on his in a column for him for goals.
Although this last effort did take a deflection, so it's a corner kick to Arnett Gardens. Phil on the wing trying to find a blade of grass here.
Found it.
Science everywhere. Here's the delivery from wing. Need a little bit more elevation.
Grass to put it on in the end.
Yellow card being flashed.
Finally, I think that's the third time it has been that he has attracted the attention of the referee, Trevante Stewart, for the wrong reasons. I think he would have wanted the attention with the ball hits in the back of the net.
That was naughty. Landed hard too.
Yeah, it's the fourth yellow card for Mount Pleasant. And I think Arnett, they've received 2.
If it was before the rainfall, that fall would have been harder.
Worse, yeah.
But Wing, hopefully his wing hasn't been damaged too much with the landing.
Yeah, they're flexing his arm down.
I took a while. I thought hard about it, and I couldn't escape it. I'm sorry.
I was looking at you hoping that it wouldn't come out. But as they say in my neck of the woods, you're like an old fridge, you don't keep anything in it, it just runs out.
I had to complete the sentence.
His supporters will talk to you about that.
I suspect in a vicious way. Here's the free kick to Arnett Gardens. And Wing is able to pick himself back up and send this one inside the area towards goal, and it had to be touched over by Shaquan Davis.
Yeah, I think that was delivered from Wing. And why not in this condition? Why not? I'd have been going over nonetheless.
Yeah, he's a tall customer. strapping goalkeeper, Shaquan Davis.
Yeah, he's picking a different blade of grass this time.
Anywhere will do, I suspect. Wing looking to be accurate again. More punch this time, but Davis with the gathering. Oh, too much on that one.
Yeah,
A little bit too much on that one. But
looking for Merrick.
doesn't he have a kick on him though, Shaquan Davis? 52% the possession from Mount Pleasant. Merrick wins it, finds Morris, touches it off to Harvey. Harvey brings Sule McCullough into the equation. McCullough goes long, Morris with the first touch, sublime, and then just left the ball behind. Purcell was able to pick it up. Arboine. Oh, they've lost it. Stewart to Bailey. Bailey switching the play. Oh, Merrick should have done better there. Well, the Anigans players coming together, not for good. Bailey has it now. Bailey, can he beat his marker?
It was good work on Bailey by Guthrie.
Demario Phillips sends this one inside. Morris nods it down. He was looking to get assistance from Stewart. Mount Pleasant putting a lot of pressure on Anigans now.
Yeah, and this is probably one of the best sustained spell of possession for either of these teams.
Here's Stewart. And Cunningham did enough. Throw into Mount Pleasant. Stewart managed to get it across to Bailey. Again the spill from Thompson and the clearance made by the Anigans defense.
Probably a little nervous you feel for Thompson, but Bailey heading down, probably needed direction though. Headed it straight at Thompson. Probably needed to go across goal where it's coming from.
Demario Phillips with a corner kick for Mount Pleasant. Here it comes. A lot in it. It's headed away. Only as far as Morris. Morris! Well, he goes down.
Well, that's Simpson.
Yep.
And the referee had to stop it. I think it made connection with his forehead.
He's a tough customer though. I was actually a little bit surprised he went down.
Well, I guess it doesn't knock him off his feet.
And to be fair, with the rules now in place, he actually went after it, you know. That's brave from him. With the rules in place, and I'm not saying that it's a case here with Simpson taking advantage of it, but with the rules in place, defenders can just now go down in the aftermath of being involved in something like that and not only recover, but for their team to just get a breather.
Yeah, it can be used that way because coaches are always looking to find ways to exploit the...
I think referee Nation noticed it as well and then informed him that he still had to come off. So, yeah, as coaches, you do look at the rule and see where you can exploit it. And players are aware as well. So the referee, he's obliged to stop it once it's like that. I think he because of the medics coming on. If they didn't come on, then I would have to stay on the bar. Once it's a head injury, the medics would then have to come on.
Yeah.
So that's the criteria these days, as Wally Downs looks on, the former technical director and head coach at Mount Pleasant.
No, he's director of the academy, working with the youngsters.
McCullough. Ball played inside. Good work by Purcell. He's had a wonderful game so far.
Yeah, he's been ever present in the middle of the park. and not afraid of the physical challenges as well.
Yeah,
he's received a few, but certainly dished out a few as well.
For someone diminutive in stature, eh?
Yeah.
Good work by Arboine. Purcell touches it forward and picks it up from Guthrie. Lays it out wide. Good move, Smith. Guthrie. Evans comes into the equation. Ball has gone through to Reed. There's a whistle on the play. Foul against Reed. The captains coming together.
Two experienced players.
He's working the graveyard shift for Arnett Gardens in this game. Fabian Reed feeding on scraps.
Yeah, not much. I mean, that service for the head on the first half was good. Mind you, good delivery from Arboine here in the second half, and he was just inches away from getting his head on it again. But for the bulk of it, not enough of that, you feel.
Reed gives chase. Another morsel that he's turned into bread. Ball played through. It's an opportunity for Fabian Reed. And out comes Shaquan Davis.
And I think he got ball there. Initially here, I think Davis got ball. And that was a clean challenge. He had to get it right. And from what I saw initially, he did get it right.
And last touch off Reed.
Yeah, touched the ball onto Reed.
Merrick. Phillips. Harvey. The crowd getting a little bit frustrated here.
Yeah, they every back pass, they have a mouthful to say about it. They don't want to see the team passing back.
Arboine needs the attention after this coming together.
Yeah, McCullough with that strong challenge. Doesn't do anything soft, McCullough. He's always a robust player.
Well,
that's the Mount Pleasant mascot.
Yeah?
Yeah, they think on their thing it has one love on the logo.
So they couldn't get a person. Well, rather interesting.
I remember one time seeing it and someone was thinking it was Umberland in the house.
Reed has it. Reed. Oh, should have been a better ball to Smith. It was a hospital pass from the striker on that occasion. And now it goes the other way. Merrick. Oh dear. Purcell now to Guthrie. Sliding challenge coming in from Harvey. It was necessary. And Morris gives it up. And it'll go the other way. Guthrie. Morris comes back to win it.
Yeah, Guthrie just dwelling on it too long. And a sequence of bad passes from both teams as if they're trying to match each other.
Which they did. Alwyn Harvey now needs the attention. He went through. I don't think there was much contact there. It was just him extending himself in the challenge.
I think there was a second challenge between him and Purcell for 50-50 ball. And Purcell went hard. Probably jerk the knee. got shaken badly.
Yeah, he's not one to stay down. Alwyn Harvey.
Yeah, I think it might have been a challenge with Purcell. Maybe wasn't firm enough with his challenge in that 50-50. So the replay we just saw, had it run a little bit longer, you would have seen a challenge, I think, with Purcell.
Mount Pleasant may have to make a change.
Yeah, there's Jardini maybe.
Well, there's a change. Atafroy Bygrave is on for Alwyn Harvey.
Now we'll see if there's a change too.
So the Twin Towers are on.
Yeah.
For Mount Pleasant.
So more like a 4-4-2 they may look like.
Reed.
Well, you can hear the opinion of the crowd on that call.
Melvin Doxley.
Yeah, I think they have a case there. I think Doxley played the ball away. It was Reed who kicked into Doxley. So yeah, Mount Pleasant, yeah, right call. I think initially they felt the call was going for Arnett Gardens.
Purcell again in the way. Guthrie. Jaheim Thomas. Haven't seen a whole lot from Jaheim Thomas. Reed gets by one challenge. Or it's Smith rather. Smith, just ran out of ideas there.
I think the pass should have been made. And the plat not necessary. While he was platting over it, the pass should have been made.
Evans has gone the other side to take the throw. It's going to be another long one. Again, it doesn't reach its intended target. This one may do, but doesn't reach Arboine. But they'll do get a corner kick on its Gardens. Spectators just looking on and enjoying the view of this football game.
Yeah, Mount Pleasant supporters really decked out nicely.
Indeed.
Yeah. Shades on even with the rain. So I guess when you're
hot, you're hot.
Yeah. Right. The sun never stops shining.
That's true. Or so I've heard. Here's the corner kick.
Well, there's evidence.
Wing again to deliver. Fourth corner kick. And Davis watching that one all the way. He's had a good game. Shaquan Davis.
Yeah, has been assured when he has come forward.
And you know the keeper's of quality. He obviously hasn't played all season in the Premier League. And to come out here and to show this type of performance, just to show that he's always ready.
Yeah. As defenders, you really want to, you play better when you feel comfortable with the custodian.
Guthrie looking for Reed. Now Phillips goes long. Bailey has it. Has Trevante Stewart to his left. Goes there. Stewart will have another opportunity to send that one inside the area. And last touch off Trevante Stewart.
Yeah, probably needed Bailey to come back out to give him that option to play it back.
No
and
way
then
should
get
have been
ball.
isolated.
No, not at all. And he was numbers down. It was two against one. Needed the support. Bailey didn't come back out.
Well, it's not raining anymore. And the spectators have, well, some of them, they've taken shelter. They've decided not to return to the stands.
Yeah, maybe they don't feel that it's all finished. And as you can see, the impression on the part, that's what the problem is with the Draxall field here, is that when it rains, just right down the center, from one goal area to another, that's where the water tends to settle.
Shaquan Davis has been involved in a couple of saves, and one of them, the Sportsmax app moment of the game. It was a wonderful effort to deny Fabian Reed his 14th this season. Heading that one into the ground, Davis had to watch it all the way, parried onto the crossbar. Really good football all round, and that's a Sportsmax app moment of the game.
Yeah, that's the big moment for him in this game. This has kept Mount Pleasant in the contest. And for the rest of the time that he's been called on to come and claim crosses been put into the box, he has dealt with them very well.
There's going to be another stoppage. Davis needs some attention. Kimani Campbell and Shandy James getting ready to come on. Shandy James, the former Arnett Gardens player.
I think Davis that we saw going down, again, it's exploiting it. I think they know the game has to stop once you have a goalkeeper going down, probably just affording Mount Pleasant to make the changes as well. Times they do that. As they know that as goalkeepers, they don't have to come off when the medics come on.
Yep, so the day for Ricardo Morris has ended. Shandy James will go on to replace him. Hasn't been at his best today. And there's the former Arnett Gardens player coming on to face the junglist. Kimani Campbell is on to replace O'Dane Murray.
Double substitution for Mount Pleasant. Kimani Campbell, number 18, replaces number 21, O'Dane Murray. And number 8, Ricardo Morris out.
Picked up by Kimoni Bailey.
Number 25, Shandy James. Officially, the substitution in the 17th.
Here is Campbell. Ball played inside and Cunningham saw it all the way. Reed picks it up, does well to keep the ball. Guthrie sends it out wide. Arboine, Kimani Arboine.
Yeah.
Another long throw coming up.
Yeah, for a moment there I felt Arboine was going to let fly in terms of that cross into the box. Because on the evidence of what we saw earlier, his
when he found
deliveries,
Reed.
yeah, I think it's quite telling because he places in that corridor right between the last line of defense and the goalkeeper. I would have loved to seen him put that one in just now.
So Evans with a long throw. Again, wasn't the best, but it's still kept by Arnett Gardens. Evans sending in this one, looking for Reed. Purcell and Bygrave doing battle, and Bygrave shrugs him off. Shandy James looking for Bygrave again, Cunningham in the way.
Yeah, it was just too much for Bygrave. Doesn't have that speed.
I'm sure it is imposing when he's running at you though, regardless of if he has a ton of speed behind him. Oh, lovely move from Reed. Smith trying to set it back for Jaheim Thomas. Purcell can't believe it. Yeah, he did back into him slightly.
It's one for each team now.
We have 9 minutes to go. Are we seeing another 0-all draw here?
Yeah, this would be a third in a row for Mount Pleasant.
Ball sent out wide. Referee says play on. Bailey on it. Kimoni Bailey. Oh, there's nobody there in blue. Who was he expecting to see?
Not a frustrating evening here, and not the since a yellow card came out.
Yeah, we're going to confirm who got the yellow card in just a moment. Simpson, it appears. Yep, Earl Simpson went into the referee's book there.
It's the third one for Arnett Gardens in terms of yellow card, 4 to Mount Pleasant so far.
Young Allen is getting ready to come on. Marlon Allen, back in his hometown, or at very least I should say his home parish. Went to Ocho Rios High, which is just a few minutes from here.
Yeah.
In my opinion, one of the most beautiful high schools in Jamaica. As the ball is lofted inside to Trevante Stewart, who tries to win it from Simpson. Simpson does well, you know. Does really well in the end.
Yeah, it was good defensive work from Simpson and getting the applause from Purcell, who himself has had a decent game.
Yeah, got the yellow card before though, did Earl Simpson. Ball sent high inside the area, and the keeper, again, he's had problems with his handling.
Hasn't looked assured since coming in.
Yep, Crucifixia Thompson.
Probably has to get himself in tune. Having come here, had no expectation of being in there.
And it's not the best conditions,
no,
to be
fair. It's the most difficult thing as a goalkeeper, because, you know, outfield player will be on the bench just edging to go on. As a keeper, you're thinking, yeah,
I don't want to go on.
Yeah, it's not going to be my day, because it's unlikely you go on because of some performance. It's down to injuries most time.
Nicely done. Kimani Alboyne plays it inside the area. Punted into touch.
Yeah, I did a little bit there to help the highlight reel at the end of this game.
Long throw from Evans again inside the area, and that was put behind by Dwight Merrick.
Yeah, for a moment there I felt Guthrie was going to get onto the end of it. Just once it hits the surface, to skid away from him.
Guthrie with the corner kick, sends this one inside. Free kick for Mount Pleasant, taken quickly by Grave. Purcell gets by, tries to get by Phillips, but ran straight into him. Well, that's a second yellow card for Purcell.
Yeah. And Purcell, for me, was in the running for a player of the game as well.
Well, Purcell has to make his way off.
Let's have a look here.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Well, definitely. And he should have known better as well.
He's on a yellow card.
He's on a yellow card, yeah. Definitely. No issues with that for sure.
Really can't argue with that.
No, not at all. And he was having a good game. So, and Nation known to be a no-nonsense referee. But even the average
it's
referee,
a lovely flick from Bailey, you know. Campbell nods it again to Bailey. Bailey sends this one inside the area. Trevante Stewart trying to find Merrick. It's now with Phillips. Phillips inside, looking for Bygrave.
Yeah, never got into the position to be able to direct that head-on goal. Was off balance and pedaling backways. Probably needed to sort his feet out much quicker. Yeah, Phillips with the ball inside. Yeah, and Bygrave, yeah. Just not getting back in time, and to compound that, he was offside. Can he take advantage of this, his team, with this one-man advantage with about 3 minutes or so to go? As I was saying, Donald, you know, Purcell was having a good game, and I felt could have been in the discussion for player of the game as well.
Yeah, but I don't think.
But I think, with the red card,
not anymore.
But Davis in goal from
Mount Pleasant, right?
When called upon in this type of condition, has been good.
Yeah, he's the leading contender, I think.
I mean, Simpson has been good too for Arnett.
Arboyne. Oh, lovely stuff. Arboyne to Jaheim Thomas! Straight to Shaquan Davis, who was in the perfect position.
Yeah, some would say hit straight at the goalkeeper, but he knew his lines based on where the attack was coming from, positioned himself. And once the attack came, it was an easy catch for him. But that's down to his positioning.
Merrick inside to Stewart. Shandy James now across to Kimani Campbell. Campbell sends this one inside. It's headed away. And the whistle goes. There was an infringement inside the area.
Yeah, I think it was Simpson there who met it. But we'll have a look at the play here. Wow. Good opportunity there for Thomas.
There was a bit of a bubble, wasn't it? Actually came off his calf. Or his shin, I think.
Yeah, probably didn't meet it well.
Yeah, National would be disappointed with that.
Yeah, be a good moment for him to have found a winner in this stalemate here. And we hear there will be 3 minutes of time added on to at the end of this one.
Well, that's conservative. Reed is trying to send it forward to Allen, who has come on. Another whistle on the play.
So we're saying the two leading contenders are Davis and probably Simpson.
Yeah. And I'm leaning to Shaquan Davis.
Yeah, I think with pulling off that save, I think that's why this game remains at 0-0. And when called upon to come off his line, has done that admirable.
But Arnett Gardens going forward once more. And, well, it's in favor of Mount Pleasant as Duxley went to the turf. Philip stabs it forward. Stewart couldn't control. McCullough.
And since going down to 10 players, Arnett have had a few look-ins, Donna.
They have. Probably because Mount Pleasant, they have sniffed an opportunity to possibly take 3 points here. And they're just a little bit open at the back. Turn from Bygrave, and the shot wide of the mark.
Yeah, again, firing a blank here. Mount Pleasant did score twice against Montego Bay, but went to Port Warren, was held scoreless.
Phillips, Bygrave trying to send it out wide. Wing, who's had a decent game as well, in the way. Another free kick to Mount Pleasant. Helen can't believe the call again. Phillips lost this one high. Not clear properly. Stewart with the high boot there. And there's a coming together. And again, well, the yellow card is now being shown to Marlon Allen.
Story of the game.
To imagine, I said I didn't expect this to be a physical game.
It's a high boot to follow through. Some 9 yellow cards shown in this game. 2-1 player.
So, last chance for Mount Pleasant to try and get 3 points in this one. Thompson has been a nervous wreck in goal for Arnett Gardens since he's been on the park in the second half. And the home team looking to capitalize here. They want to send as many players back to defend. Allen decides to go back into the wall beside his skipper Fabian Reed. Phillips needs to put this one on a dime here. They have sent bodies forward, Mount Pleasant. Can they deliver? Sent inside the area at the back post. It's Bygrave. It's Bygrave. It's wide of the mark. And that should be that.
Yeah, looking for the curl, but it didn't have any curl on it. Didn't come back enough for Bygrave. Probably didn't wrap his foot around it enough. But you can see what he was trying to do here, trying to just bend it back into that far corner. And the goalkeeper would have been beaten. Nowhere near it. Just needed to get that one on target, Bygrave. And that's the chance gone from Mount Pleasant.
That is that. A goalless affair here at Jacks Hall between first and third. And with that, the positions remain the same. With Arnett Gardens still first in the Jamaica Premier League standings, and Mount Pleasant remain third. They get a point. They share the spoils. Not a lot of activity in front of goal. But in the end, what mattered most was that both teams avoided defeat, which would have been a further slip for the likes of Mount Pleasant. And for Arnett Gardens, though, they do maintained their unbeaten run over the course of 12 matches. 0-0 after 90. As we take a look at the highlights here, that shot coming in from Kimoni Bailey, well wide of the mark. And then this one, nervous here. Well, would you look at that? Unable to see that one cross the line. As Mount Pleasant with another attack, and this one is dragged wide of the mark. And that was a fabulous save from Shaquan Davis, denying Fabian Reed. Parried that one onto the crossbar. Brilliantly done. And then he was there to hold on to that one again. He's definitely our player of the match. Mount Pleasant kept going forward. Ball from Morris to Trevante Stewart. Needed some power behind it, but the slip from Thompson. Davis again with a strong hand over the top, as that one came swinging in from wing. And then it was a beautiful ball, that one inside for Kimoni Bailey. And the save sufficient. Second yellow card from Jamar Purcell. He knew he was in trouble. Yep, and he was sent off. Arboine finding Jane Thomas. Maybe that one took a little bit of a bubble, but found Shaquan Davis in the right place. And then this effort, the last effort of the game, Bygrave sending that one wide. Mount Pleasant with 14 shots, 4 on target. And the Gardens also had 4 on target from their 5 shots. 13 fouls committed by Mount Pleasant, 12 by Arnett Gardens. Yellow cards, 5 yellow cards were flashed by towards Arnett Gardens, and they also got a red card to Purcell. And they also had more corner kicks, 5-4. And the majority of the possession was in favor of Mount Pleasant at 57%.
Shaquan, good performance from you today. It's probably down to you while Mount Pleasant left here with a point. Take me through keeping in this type of condition here today.
It's a rainy match, and it's always a difficult situation to keep in a rainy match. So I just came out and I said, like, if we can't score, we won't concede. I asked my defenders to help me a lot, and they did. I really appreciate them so much. I just have to stay focused and keep going.
Yeah, this is your second start, you're saying, in the Premier League this season, coming back from a broken jaw you suffered in training. But you showed a lot of bravery today when called upon to come off your line.
It's all in the game. I mean, training every day, training consistently, training hard, finally getting out there on the field, get the opportunity. We just have to make chance, make the best of it. You understand?
And finally, that save from Reed. How highly do you rate that one?
What's the highest rating?
I'll give you a 10.
That's it.
That's it.
Yeah,
that was a super save from you, and good performance today, and all the best going forward.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, man. There you have Shaquan, really pleased with his performance today, and coming in shot here now is Warren Barrett. Would have been pleased with the performance from Shaquan, because no doubt you've been working with him. But what do you make of the overall performance from your team today?
We're satisfied. We had a few good opportunities and moments, especially in the first half. I thought Trevante should have scored. But overall, again, we have kept a clean sheet, second consecutive game. So I think defensively, we are looking a lot better. So as I said, it's just for us to make better decisions in the final third. We are creating opportunities, still not finding the back of the net, but we're confident that as long as we continue to put the work in with the boys, then we'll see our fortune change. What
message would you want to send to the fans here? A lot of them leave here disgruntled, I guess, because of the run of form and making their voices heard. Yeah,
those are spectators. I don't worry about them. I use spectators basically to to encourage me. And regardless of what they say, sometimes, as you know, they might be harsh. But are we going to let that destroy us or build us? I use it to build me, so it's not a problem with them. They come expecting the team to win, but they'll also have to understand that the team won't win every game.
Yeah, that's true. In terms of going forward now into the rest of games, no more games at home, getting ready for the playoffs, concerning in front of goal. Any changes you feel in terms of a system being played or personnel out there? I saw Bygrave coming on in the latter parts of this game, as he did on Monday, as to have two up front. Is that something you're seriously thinking about to start with going forward?
Well, we had switch formation. We had played two strikers in a number of games, but again, it depends on our opponent and what we as a technical staff we think that is best. Then we'll decide accordingly. As you said, this was probably our last game at home. We still have 4 games to complete the run, but as I said, we're pleased with a number of things we saw today, especially defensively. I think we have regained that solidity. So, as I said, it's just to build on our offensive thrust and hopefully start putting the ball in the back of the net, which matters most at the end of the day.
Well, all the best, Coach Barrett.
All right, thank you very much.
Yeah, there you have it, Mount Pleasant. Pleased with their defensive performance today, not so much with what goes on in front of goal. Now here's a man who knows how to bang in the goals. This is only the second scoreless draw between the two teams in 10 goals. I mean, what happened? Your team never really got going today, or both teams never really got going today, but talk to me about your team.
We played them twice now. I think we got the better of them the first game. We took our chances. Today, I think we had better looking. It was a nice game, back and forth. I think we put on the ball much better than them today. When they play the long ball, I think we defend properly, so to speak. We get some open chances we think we should have took, but again, sometimes overpass or indecisive is to shoot or to pass, and that's what kept us today.
Okay, in terms of the defensive play, you keep a clean sheet here. Of the top 6, you had the worst defensive record in terms of conceding 20. Must be pleasing to see your team. You're doing well defensively
today. The thing
today.
is, I don't watch the thing in terms of worst defending, Yeah, because you can have the best.
No, I say by stats. Yeah.
But I don't want the stats. I think our team is playing look much better. We got to go to scoring. Goal is scoring, but we are scoring goals. That's the one I think is. So if the team is scoring on us, we are scoring goals. We don't want that to happen. But it's part of football. But today we really played well.
So let me ask you a question then. Your team is top of the table, doing well. If there was one area of your team that you really want to see improve significantly going into that playoff, what would it be?
Go back, start scoring again. Start scoring again. If you don't score, you don't win. No matter how good you play or how bad you play, scoring is my philosophy, and you have to get back on that chart. Well,
I understand that being a top scorer, you are all the best coach going forward.
And again, crime and violence must stop.
Again, another way to close the show with a message from Paul Tiga Davis, the former national striker, the man who is in charge of this Arnett Gardens team, who came to Drax Hall and played Mount Pleasant and came away with a point. An additional point as they go to 43 in the standings. They lead after this encounter and they are comfortable in the Jamaica Premier League. On behalf of producer Ramon Stewart and director Michael Edwards and the hard-working production team, I'm Donald Oliver signing out.